Dr. Terver Akpar joins us now. He's a lecturer, Department of Political Science in Benue State University. Thank you for coming on this morning.
Thank you very much for having me.
Very interesting, curious questions, comments also made by the governor there, especially that part about the chemical substances that may have been used, because the way he described it. But give us a background. What do you think is going on here?
Yeah, thank you very much. Some of us are a bit intrigued by the amount of disinformation out in the public space. And I thank you for giving me this opportunity to at least give voice to that part of the population that is not being heard, or at least to bring up certain issues that have been suppressed deliberately, so I think. For instance, most of those people they are calling Fulanis, they are not Fulanis.
Who are they?
We wonder, because some of them have been caught and they can't speak English. They speak French.
They speak French?
Yes. And then some of those people have been apprehended because they got lost. Have you ever heard of a Fulani man getting lost in his terrain? It's very unlikely. Fulanis are more adept at tracing wherever, positioning themselves, knowing wherever they are.
You use the word terrain. It looks to us that, well, they've always lived amongst the people in that part of the country.
Come again?
But when you use the word terrain, that they should be familiar with the terrain, it would seem as if the Fulanis have always lived amongst the Benue people.
Yes, you will recall that generations of Fulanis have been doing this, which is what they normally do, is a traditional means of livelihood. So father hands over to son, son to another son, and so on. So it's normally in the family. And most times before your father hands over this thing to you, you must have undertaken 1, 2, 3 trips on the same route. So you know where you normally pass and go, you know all the areas. But when you have people who are now fighting, the Fulanis that used to carry cows northwest to the south, they were not Fulanis that would want to be fighting, because one, the animals are endangered. They will kill the animals, and the Fulani man, we know, treasures his cows as much as we treasure our children. But we have so-called Fulanis now who come, we're armed, so armed that even the National Army will.
But if they speak French, was there any further information extracted from them concerning their origin?
This is why I'm saying that I thank you for giving me this opportunity to air my own, the bit that I know. You know that as a lecturer, I've interacted across time and space with so many people. I've trained many people, even people in the military. I have many sources too, just like you journalists to have sources. There is a wall of secrecy or conspiracy going on about this thing. For a long time, government has been silent. Even Suswam is talking now because he was attacked. I call that his baptism. This thing has been on since 2010.
Really?
Yes. Remember the first. If you may refer to the press release by the Catholic bishops, where they chronicle the start of this whole problem. It started in Gwe East local government. Incidentally, that's in my own local government at Anchiha, a place called Anchiha. It's a place I know very well, where the Fulanis or cattle herdsmen then killed about 6 people in a village. And so it's been on and on and on. But I want to make this clarification very plain. This thing is gone beyond a Fulani thief clash. It's gone beyond that. The people who are fighting are not just Fulanis. They are not.
Who are they?
I want to believe they are non-Nigerians hired for a purpose.
And this particular country?
The northernmost part of Nigeria, Chad, Niger, the jihadist triangle, those who are flowing in from Mali and so forth. Those areas.
And then they come all the way to Benue.
Yes, and let me say this. I know a Fulani man when I see him physically. They have the answer to certain physical characteristics. Most times.
So in all of this, has the police and the army moved in? Because the last we heard was that the particular military who were in the convoy of the governor had to retreat because they weren't given any order to go beyond where they were then.
Yeah, this is where the president of our country has to answer to these questions. Why has he been so silent? These parts that where citizens are being killed, they are not important parts of Nigeria. I don't understand. What oath did he take? Or did he take oath to protect certain specific parts of the country and leave out others? Have you heard anything that the President Goodluck Jonathan has said anything about this? Have you heard? I haven't.
Does that then make us assume that they're doing nothing? Because the governor has briefed him several times on this matter.
I just told you that even the governor, shares his own blame. Thank God he's baptized now, so he's gotten to know the character of the people that have been doing this.
Hasn't he always spoken up about it, the governor?
Yeah, in the way and manner he has been speaking, has not been particularly in this direction that we heard after the attack on his convoy. I heard the other day, there was a news flash, an announcement on the radio that people are taking laws into their hands. And I marveled because insofar as I know, Governor Susan is a team man. And where people are being killed in their own homes and they rise up to protect themselves, and you say they are taking laws into their hands, I just wonder.
And the governor, I think, has just informed us that, well, they've gone beyond guns and machetes, and, well, they talk about some kind of chemical substance being used in the attack. It's another one that calls for a big worry.
Yeah, I think this is quite instructive. People in government, particularly sensitive government positions, should beware. They should take an example from this. Perhaps Governor Swan has been fed by his security apparatus in a certain manner. We don't know. Perhaps the president himself is being fed with certain kinds of information. We don't know. Because how would a state, a fully fledged state like Nigeria, have people carrying such arms and wreaking such havoc, and the government will not know or not do anything about it? Because you recall that soldiers, I understand, were detailed to follow the governor's convoy. They declined.